to them. The all-seeing guys. The all-seeing guys. With Greg and Joe.
Welcome to episode 161 of the All Seeing Guys podcast with Greg and Joe. I'm Greg, and joined as always over Skype, Mr. What is your name?
Joe. I've got nothing.
Yeah!
I've got absolutely nothing exciting whatsoever. Just.
He's got nothing exciting whatsoever. Just Joe.
Obviously, Joe Jackson. This is always my favourite.
Obviously, just Joe Jackson.
I'm contemplating. Although the "and Joe" on Facebook works perfectly for our promotional reasons. I am
of anything we're promoting.
Yeah, well, just sort of whenever we post something like podcast related. I am slightly tempted though to change it to obviously Joe Jackson.
Obviously. By all means, please do. You've been Joe Jackson for many, many years.
I know.
It's been a while since you've changed it.
I do know. I like it though because it means that people have trouble finding me.
It's true. Sometimes I do.
Not like I've got
like
people looking for me, but like in the sense of just like there's been scenarios in the past where when I worked at H&M, this girl kept coming in, and all the people I work with sort of basically convinced me it's just like she's well into you. And I, of course, was not. So she was just like trying to get any sort of way that she could like contact me. She was just like, so one day she was like, "Are you on Facebook?"
Facebook was
she was like, "Are you on Facebook?" And she was like, "Cool. What's your name?" I was just like, "Oh, Joe Jackson." She was just like, "It's not coming up." And I was like, "Oh, really? Oh no, I don't know.
I must be on there as something else.
That's strange, isn't
anyway,
it?
Have a nice day."
And then she was like, "You type it in," and I typed it in, and I was searching. And I typed in Joe Jackson, and then I saw my profile, and I was just like, no, it's not on there. No, don't know where it is. That's so weird.
Anyway, have a nice life. See you tomorrow.
Cool, don't come back.
On the bill, Facebook, well, their version of Facebook is called Face Space.
Greg's the bill update.
Yeah, their social media is called Face Space.
That's weird. Oh, of course, no, yeah, Face Space.
They never say it. They
good.
just call it like a social media.
Like
Whenever you see it, it just says Face Space in the corner.
I mean, that is mildly better than like my book.
Yeah, so yeah, exactly. It's like they've gone for Facebook and MySpace and just combined them.
What's popular? Let's combine those two and make something else.
The kids love Face Space.
They're all over the Face Space. That is such like that sounds like what old people call it when they don't know what it is. They're just like, "Oh, you're on that Face Space, are you? You're always on your Face Space."
Speaking of old people, like I realised the other day that, and I've never questioned it. Like sometimes when you get like deliveries for the door, like plastic bags, and the idea is you'd fill them with like old clothes and donations and put them outside the front of the house.
Yeah.
Sometimes
It's
you
like
get
a
like
recycling
bin bags
bag
that get posted. And I've never really paid much attention to them until I've realised that this cycle's been happening for the last like 3 years, and I never really questioned it till the other day, where someone knocks on the door during the day, and I'll answer it, and there's a tiny little like Japanese old woman there, and she's like, "Oh, I'm here to collect," and I'm like, "Oh, what is it?" And I look through the door, she's like, "It should be there," and I'm like, "Oh, this thing?" And she's like, "Yes," and then I give it to her, and she leaves, and then the next week it gets posted through. I put it on the side. She comes back a week later. I'm like, "What is it?" I give it to her and she leaves. And this cycle's been happening for like 2 years. It was only the other day that I was like, I've never ever questioned this.
No.
Like, I've never looked at what she gives me. It's like I've never even questioned it. I've never looked at it. I've never read it. I've never contemplated why she comes in and posts it and why I give it back to her. I've just been really happily going through the cycle of just, "Oh, hello, here you go," and give her what she posted through the door the week before. And she's like, "Thank you," and she leaves.
You make it like sound
like it was
like
only this week, right? I was like, Am I the only one she does this to?
You make it sound like, though, like you're making it sound like it's like some drop point for the mafia. Like it's just like some little Chinese, like you're like some like, a Yakuza lady turns up, like, give me the plastic bag. Like, okay, here's the plastic bag. She's like, thanks very much. Then she gets into a parked limousine outside and goes to an industrial estate where all of these bags are like, and it's just part of some racketeering job.
Yeah, just never quit. I mean, I guess it is a donations. I never seen anyone do it. Just like, oh, here's some old clothes, put them in a bag, stick them at the front. Maybe that's what it is. And someone, although I think Lizzie did it once, and no one came to collect it. So
I feel like you should just put something random in there, like nothing that is completely donatable, like just a like a DVD case, but without the DVD inside it. And then that's the only
like
thing.
Just
one item in there. Just like, there you go. She'll like, just like, what the fuck is this? Like.
Yeah, well, I don't think she takes it if it's been donated. I don't think she collects it. I think someone else. I think it's picked up by a lorry or something. You stick it outside the front. I assume. I don't. I guess that
maybe she's.
It was only
maybe...
the other day. I was like, Lizzie, why does this old woman keep knocking on the door? And I keep giving her this envelope, and then she posts it back. She fucking with me?
Is it like?
Well, apparently, it's the thing.
Is it maybe she like? Maybe it's like they're like the equivalent of like a paper round, and she has to like deliver them all and stuff.
She constantly keeps giving it to the wrong person, as well. She's having to ask for it back all the time.
She's giving it to you.
I need to collect the thing I posted. All right.
What she's actually doing is she's giving it to you, and then when she knocks on your door the second time, all she's doing is really coming back to see how you're getting on with the thing that she's given you, and then you give it back, and she's just like, oh. Oh.
Yeah. You know what saved time? Not giving it to me.
Yeah.
you just kept
don't fuck up the equilibrium now, Greg.
But I quite enjoy seeing your smiley face.
Yeah, I bet she's lovely.
I quite enjoy seeing her smiley face.
I bet she's lovely.
I mean, she doesn't say much apart from hello and, points at something that she wants me to give her.
That's all. That's all.
This time I'll take that. Well, here you go.
That's all I need in a friendship, Greg.
Yeah.
Just hello and pointing.
How have you been, Joseph?
I'm very well, thank you. Yes, happy to report those.
Obviously saw your weekend just gone.
I did. Yeah, we had quite a nice bank holiday, didn't we? I mean, it was. We went to the Chopper Street Social at the Fighting Cocks, which is, if you're unaware, is a sort of, I guess, motorcycle event. But like basically everyone just turns up.
We just look at them.
Everyone turns up on their bikes. They talk about their bikes. And then the other people that have turned up don't talk about their bikes because they haven't got bikes, and they just generally just have a beer. So it's a culmination of those two factors brought together into an afternoon event
with faces we haven't seen for a while.
Yes, I was so happy to see a lot of.
Even though it was a bit like still spread out, but it was quite nice to be sat amongst people again.
Yeah. It was nice. I mean, we were
like the people you knew, familiar faces once.
It was like a street party almost. I mean, party feels like it was a street gathering.
Yeah, they'd closed off the street. Yeah,
It was a street gathering. Yeah. You gathered in the street. It was nice to be drinking outside. That was that's always a fun feeling. I agree. It was great. Saw a lot of people I hadn't seen in a very long time. Got to see Jodie. That was good. During her lap of lap of hellos and how are you?
Her lap of hellos.
Her lap of honour.
Hello.
It was really good, and always fun to spend time with you, Ed and Sarah.
Oh yeah, of course, always a good afternoon.
Standard procedure.
I had a roast at the pub, and I ended up going back to Ed's for a little bit that night, and Sarah was like, "What are you guys doing?" But we still did it. We both bought a big pack of Yorkshire puddings each.
Yes,
cooked them and just dipped them in a bowl of gravy we had.
Mate, that's fucking brilliant. That's fucking lived the dream.
And then I literally went home.
Lived the dream.
I think I left about 9.
I still got home, and even though I had a burger for lunch, I still had another burger for dinner. So I had 2 burgers over
nice. Joey 2 burgers. I like that.
So what else? I'm also, this is completely unrelated to anything that I've mentioned previously on the podcast, but I had a parcel during my holiday time off work. I had a nice delivery of quite possibly the greatest. Went Jonathan Ross and said greatest.
You did go Jonathan Ross for a second there.
The greatest. I did do it for you. I did it for no one. It was purely accidental. I had a delivery of the greatest Hawaiian shirt.
Oh, of course,
created.
yes.
So it's I've mentioned this to no one previously. Didn't even mention about the purchase. Waited until it arrived to bring everyone a lovely surprise. Basically, a listener of the show and a very old friend of mine, Bernadette, she tagged me on a Facebook advertisement of a website that will make Hawaiian shirts, but with a face of your choice printed onto it. I was just like, that's fucking great. If there's two things I like, it's Hawaiian shirts and the potential of having a face onto that shirt. And it never even crossed my mind to do anyone else but Nicolas Cage. Yeah. So I sent the very, very obvious like Nicolas Cage picture where he's all like smiling and wide-eyed. And 2 weeks later, they came through, and I've now got this. Not that you can. I mean, Greg's the only one that's going to benefit from seeing this, but a lovely shirt, literally emblazoned with. Oh, it buttons up everywhere, mate. Because I don't like the Hawaiian shirts that are like the ones that are proper, almost proper ones, where the button stops, top button's like by your chest, and it kind of V's out with like those collars. Oh no, this is mate. I could wear this. Not a fan. I reckon I could wear this to a wedding. Yeah, excellent. Fucking A. And you should. I agreed. I might just do that. Well, me and my sister are going to we're going to a gig in a couple of weeks' time. We're going to go and see Frank Turner on he's doing a series of shows in London. One in Kingston, isn't he? But they. I swear that was announced recently, either at the Cox or Prism. I swear it was announced recently. That's it. Well, me and my sister are going to go up to the Roundhouse and see him. But it's a very special night. He's only playing the first 3 albums worth of music, which is really, in all honesty, the only ones I like. So, oh, nice. Yeah, and my sister said to me, "Please wear this when we go to the Frank Turner gig." And I said, "Yeah, go on then. No. I need a reason to wear it." We're going to do that anyway. Thank you very much. Yeah, those are the things that have gone on in my life. Oh, fucking A. Excellent. Over to you, Greg, with the weather. Nope, just been working and what have you. Work. Yes. How's the? Give us a book update, we're going to be posting one tomorrow, which will be out by the time this comes out. We're just going to do. We're going to do announce that it's pretty much just going through its kind of final wave of amends. The images we were struggling to find because they're really old and no one has them anymore. We've managed to locate. We've got sign off on the other images we need. Everything's falling into place quite quickly, which is good. And last round of amends, and then we'll start looking to get the print done, and then the epic job that is getting everything posted out. But no, it's good. I've got a couple more photos to do this week. I'm just waiting for some things to arrive in the post, so that's been good. It's all becoming very, very real. I'm really looking forward to. I mean, obviously not being a Star Wars fan, but I'm more invested in the actual release of it, and or it going huge. Out and seeing the pictures that people send you of them receiving it, and the feedback and the review. Oh mate, I'm gonna watch so many reviews on YouTube of your fucking book, and anyone that talks shit, I'm just gonna be like, fuck you. You're not a real fan. Then you'll get death threats. I'm gonna be there. I'm like, no, there's mate, my YouTube username has no connection to my Facebook or anything. I'm gonna be a completely anonymous person that's just gonna talk shit to anyone. So I was working on the book today, and then in the afternoon/evening, Lisa, who I've been doing the music with her and Rob, which we've been calling Stars Not Birds. She sent over the last track we're going to use, and then for the EP, the last one. How's it sound? Is it sounds good? Well, she's been really nervous about sending it. She's done it. She makes every track very different, and this one came through, and it was just one of the most beautiful things I'd ever heard. And I'm just like, this is incredible. So I've literally given it straight to Rob, and was like, you lead this one. You start. You do it. Oh, send it to me afterwards. Yeah. So I was like, Rob, you do it. And he literally within an hour was like, I'm halfway through this recording vocals for it. He was just heard it straight away and was like, yes. And I'm like, cool, don't let me hear it. That's a bit of a different setup. So I'm like, don't let me hear it till you're done. Hopefully you'll finish it tomorrow. But I've also recorded what I heard for the chorus myself, and I'm not letting him hear it. So I'm hoping it will just slide together. He's doing the whole song, verse, chorus, verse. No, that's good. So I'm hoping that what I've got. But that's it's quite good. Clip. That. Sorry, it's very bad. No, I was going to say it's. Yeah, they're used to it by now. No, that's a really good way of it. I think how you work with Rob is probably very, very similar to how you and I work, and things just kind of sort of seem to work, although we haven't really corresponded.
Yeah, I think I've probably been a bit more with Rob than how would work. A bit more like, you know, I'm like, do what you want, but kind of do this. Like, I've kind of been both, which Rob's been happy with, because Rob's like, great, cool, yeah, I'm happy to do whatever. Like, he's thrown his ideas, but this track, I'm like, this is all you, man. Go nuts, and I cannot wait to hear it.
No, my favourite times. Yeah. My favourite times when we've written stuff has been when you've just pointed me in a certain, like, in a slight direction, and I'm just like, sweet.
On that note, we have we won't get too much into it now, but we do have a new Diceroller track, which I'll let Joe introduce at the end of the episode. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We recorded a new track. And
like, I'm surprised. Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, and I'll let Joe introduce that.
That was good.
The end.
We'll have a little tune about that at the end.
So should we go to Geezedrop?
Absolutely, because once again, we are bringing an absolute bumper amount.
Geezedrop. Here are snippets of her conversation heard by you, us, or pretty much this episode, mainly you. Geezedrop.
Having a listen.
Right, so last episode I was like, here are my holiday Geezedrops, and just told you the things I had on holiday, and like sidelined everyone else's. This week I have everyone else's. There's a bunch of written, a load of audio from Sam. Sam sent 2 more audio ones today, but I'll probably save those for next episode, so I've already got like 3 or 4 from Sam.
I was gonna say, like, I literally on the way home, I saw the group chat come up with 2 voice messages, and I was just like, good timing.
Yeah, I might leave those ones for next week, because I've already got like 4 from Sam, voice message. Building up. Did you say you had one?
So, we could just, so what?
Do you want to start with yours?
One,
Why
yeah.
not?
I have one. Yeah, sure, go on then. This was on the bus home one evening or whatever. There was a group of, let's call them teenagers, next to me. Girl 1, you see that pub? That's when my mum and dad got COVID. Girl 2, Girl 2, oh, cute.
COVID, not married or met or fingered.
Yeah, that's what, yeah. I thought I'd misheard, and it was just like she'd actually said
1 pint
engaged.
of COVID, please.
But no, she said like, yeah, I'll have a half a COVID, and
so one for yourself, love.
I don't know. to put one for yourself. Put one on the slate. Yeah, put it on the slate, love.
That's
Yeah,
my parents got COVID. Well, we won't.
I found
brilliant.
that.
Oh, how cute!
It's not even the original like thing that was said. It's the response.
Yeah,
that's the funny
it is.
part.
Yeah,
They're just like,
oh, cute. So cute.
I love how like COVID is now apparently catching feelings.
So I'm going to start with next one of Sam's audios. So strap in. What?
I most likely haven't listened to this.
So it's quite hard because you're like, he's got so many audios here. Right, where are we?
We'll have to do a Sam special.
Right, okay. Geezedrop, Sam.
One bloke on the train, very, very drunk bloke, just leaned into me and goes, just between you and me, mate, let me tell you, I'm shagging my best friend's sister. I'm like, oh, terrific, well done you. So, yeah, fucking mint.
I mean...
Oh, I want to go up north. So
there
bad.
You go.
Just for the Geezedrops. No, just between you and me and
this train.
Dozen people listening to this podcast.
He sent a couple of voice messages before that of just the sound of his train, because he always says he always catches people doing the ale trail, where they're obviously just going from this big huge pub and they forget the train.
Yeah.
He always gets caught on the train with them between pubs, so he was just recording the sound.
It's like a road. It's like a road.
Yeah,
full
he
of
was
pubs,
like recording
right?
like the sound on the train. It was just like loud drunk people, and then that Geezedrop happened amongst that audience. Brilliant. Fucking going around telling everyone he's banging his
love that.
fucking brother's best mate's missus. Like, not brother, his best mate's missus.
Yeah, I wonder what number person Sam was that like
Not,
he
yeah,
told
not
that
very
to
secretive,
that
is it,
fucking
mate?
day. I reckon if you're, I feel like he's more town crying it. In all honesty, he's just like, "Hear ye, I'm shagging my best mate's sister."
Another one
Fucking
from Sam,
mate.
not a voice message, an actual written one this time. Hang on a minute, my phone forgot what my face looked like. Here we go. Sam, guy on the phone. He says, overhearing someone on the phone. I would consider them friends, even though they don't me. I'm friends with all the bar staff in the Dog. They think I'm a legend. I'm their friend. I always take an interest in their life. Someone on the phone about what could potentially be imaginary friends. That's the old classic.
I like that. I like the bit where he's just. I like the. Yeah. That's the. I've been
Yeah,
in there
I'm well
3
down
times.
with the bar
They know
staff
who I am.
now. They love
know.
me.
Yeah. Like if you have to tell people, you're probably a dickhead. You're probably a dickhead. Oh yeah, I know, but yeah.
Yeah, come down the Dog. I know everyone down there got a
Probably
nice
makes sense.
little setup going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love the bit where it just says, "Oh, they think I'm a legend."
I can get you cheesy chips for the price of regular chips. Just stick with me down the Dog. I know them all. Don't you worry. Don't you worry about that.
The Dog, I
You're
love
right,
it.
it's John.
Because you know
John.
that's not the full name of the pub. It's
Yeah, the Dog.
It's the Dog and something. It's like the
Dog and
the
Bone,
Dog and
the Dog and
Shotgun or
Biscuit.
something like that. It is just like that's not. It's not just called the Dog.
The Dog one, the Dog and its
Biscuit,
man.
The Dog and Bone.
Dog and man.
The Dog and the other
The
dog.
Dog. Z. Like a big space and then a Z at the end.
Squared. The dogs. ...
Next Geezedrop is from Leon Cottrell. Good old Liam. Haven't heard from him for a while. Nice of him to drop us a Geezedrop on our Facebook Messenger. He, of course, did the Tiny Dancers, like baby raves that we took in January 2 before COVID. I hope they come back soon. And obviously, he did like live stream raves during lockdown that we were doing with Indiana as well in the living room. Right.
Yeah.
Liam said, walking through Surbiton, man and a woman walking next to each other. Man, no way you're taller than me. You just got platforms on. He says he looked round to see a couple and she was about a foot taller than him and wasn't wearing platforms.
I love it. Was he Napoleon?
Insecure about height, it seems. Insecure about height.
Yeah, you got a Napoleon complex there, my friend.
You're wearing platforms. What? No, I'm not.
I love it. I love the idea that he's the kind of person that's convinced himself he's like 6 foot.
Yeah, it's like he's like they're wearing
he's like-
the Robbie Down Jr. and not Robbie Down Jr. Robbie Down Jr. in Tom Cruise shoes that have the slightly raised fit heel because they're short to make him look taller. Make
Did
him
you
look
see
more
the
big on
sorry?
screen.
Just to coincide with that, did you see the photo? Because obviously he's filming Mission Possible in Birmingham.
Yeah.
Did you see the photos that he took with the Indian restaurant owners?
Oh, I did. Yeah. He went there and had the same meal twice.
and it's
didn't
like
he?
he's in the foreground and they're in the background to make him look like he's the same
Yeah,
height.
of course. Yeah.
Because he's not
Didn't he
5'2".
get all his,
He's
all
not
his
5'2"
luggage
at
nicked in
all.
Birmingham?
He did. He got
Got 10
100k
grand.
worth of fucking stuff nicked from his
hell.
and his from his car.
Welcome to Birmingham.
I think I saw a tweet and it literally just said that. It just said, "Welcome to Birmingham." Tom
Brilliant.
Cruise.
Tree sent us a Geezedrop. First Geezedrop for
fantastic.
ages. So I'm happily
on,
waiting
Tree.
in line at the fruit and veg stall at the local market. First proper day off in about 3 weeks. And a lady who looked about 19, very well spoken, says to the stall holder, "Oh, I like the look of your plums. They are really..." Can't say it straight face. "Oh, I like the look of your plums. They're really plump, and I bet there's a lot of juice in them."
Oh Jesus! How could you say something like that straight faced?
The old dears, mate. They don't know,
I'd
do
feel-
they? Can't help themselves.
That would make me immediately feel like I was in like a Carry-On film. Oh, look at your
Oh
plums!
oh my!
Like, are you being served or something like that?
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's my favourite so far. I mean, if I overheard that, I would have just been like, "Hey!"
Hey! Get your plumps out. Plump plums full of juice.
plums.
Don't set the juice
Oh, look at you.
loose.
I can feel it in my plums.
In my plums. Now we move on to another audio one from Sam. Let's see what Sam's saying. Hold on.
Getting ready to take in a farmer's market.
Just been down to the chippy to pick up some tea, and there was a family in there. Well, I say family. There was a dad and two kids, two girls. One of them was 6, one of them was about 8, I think. And the dad's like, "What do you want? What do you want? Just tell me what you want." And the 8-year-old's going, "I don't know. I don't know what to choose. Oh, I don't know what to choose. I don't know what to go for." And the 6-year-old, without blinking, just goes, "Get what you always get and order spring rolls, you stupid girl."
I got completely sidetracked by him just saying there was a family. Well, I say family. I don't know why that was so.
I saw you were laughing away
it is a
before you
family.
even got to the end of it. Yeah.
It's
It is a
man.
family.
It was a man with his obvious 2 children. Like, it's
Definitely
what
is a
else would
family.
you say apart from family? It's not gonna be like, oh, a pedo and 2 victims are in a chip shop.
I can imagine a young, like 6 young girl saying that as well. Just order what you
hell yeah.
always order, you stupid girl.
She's sick of it. She's so fucking sick
She's
of it.
so done with it. So done with it. Bless.
You are making this process longer than it needs to be.
We have one from Jack, who I think's been living on the riverside recently, and he said the riverside at night is pretty. He hears some pretty weird stuff, and he heard some lad was arguing with his missus, and he shouted at her, "Well, at least the cat didn't shit in my house." So, sounds like
Wow. Okay. That would immediately suggest that she shit in his house,
yeah.
but like on the floor.
At least the cat didn't shit in my house. Apparently, he screamed it. He was quite angry about it.
Oh.
I mean, I'm not all
Lord.
for having cats shit in your house, especially if you don't have a cat.
Yeah, it's even weirder if you don't have a cat. If you just wake up and there's a cat shit in your fucking bedroom.
Yeah, but no cat, and then the door's locked. This is a mystery.
This is like a Mission Impossible cat. Just comes down from the ceiling.
Yeah.
On a,
She doesn't have to come and shits from
on
above.
a fishing wire.
Shits from above. Next one's from Sam at the train.
Shits from above. Shits from above. 1979.
1979. Shit, so my date of birthday instead.
1984.
Train station Geezedrop from Sam. £3 isn't exactly going to get you a full meal deal, Claire. £3 won't get you a full meal deal, Claire. That's true.
It's always Claire's, isn't it? It's always
quite
Claire's.
spot on there. Quite spot on.
I feel like you can get. No, hang on. I feel like you can get a meal deal for £3.
Depends where they're looking. They could be at M&S.
I feel
Could be on their way to
fair
M&S.
dues.
Could be many places.
No, but I feel like a Tesco's or a Sainsbury's. I feel like the meal deal is £3.
Yeah, well, times might be changing. And this is up north. I thought it'd be cheaper, to be honest, if you're up north. But what do I know? Sam sends them, I read them out. I don't question them. Joe's got beef for your Geezedrop, Sam. How much are meal deals in your area? Let us know in the comments.
No, I want to know. There's no reason why Sainsbury's North should be more expensive than Sainsbury's South.
I agree.
It's not a different country. We're the same country. There's no reason why.
Oh, but it does. Pints
Everything-
change in price and what have you.
Yeah, but pints isn't like that's
A meal deal.
just like based on dairy companies. Surely.
I'm thinking, whenever I think of meal deal, I just think of Boots.
Oh no, hang on. I just realised you meant pints of booze. I thought you meant like milk. Sorry.
We've just had the realisation, they made the connection that Joe was talking about pints of milk and I was talking about pints of beer. It's still confusing.
Yeah, no, that when it
but
comes
yes,
to that,
let us know. Let us know your meal deal prices.
we need to. Yeah, I feel like it should be like a set amount throughout the entire country.
Yes,
And
but
I
it's
will,
not.
I will
think it-
campaign for this until I die.
I will campaign for this. As long as it doesn't go from like the expensive prices across the UK, like central London or what have you.
You know those.
We have another Geezedrop.
Oh, sorry, just got,
from
you know the
Grim?
Do you know the
Sorry.
what is it, the protests that are going on in London at the moment? Is it existence?
Oh yeah.
What are they called?
I don't bloody know. The I keep seeing them pop up. London protests.
Fucking Extinction Rebellion.
Yes, the Extinction Rebellion. Yeah.
Today,
There you go, Extinction
today I referred to them, thinking it was the correct name. I referred to them as existential crisis.
It would look cooler on a t-shirt.
It would look cooler on a t-shirt.
Next Geezedrop from Grim. He says, hey, not so much a Geezedrop, but an outburst that caught me by surprise. Standing in a quiet Soho street checking my phone when someone yells, I'll fucking have you, you fucking twat. This makes myself and several other pedestrians jump.
But I've been...
And it makes me and several other pedestrians jump. Sorry, that was just me at a West Ham game today. He obviously was quoting himself.
He realised that 7 people suddenly thought there was a terrorist attack going on.
There's a problem.
Oh, shit! Then it's like, no, everything, don't be alarmed. It's fine. I was just at a West Ham game. That's good. I like that.
Fuck.
But I've been in Soho every now and again, and although it's a predominantly like homosexual area, I do often see just like, well, it is a good...
It's weird to hear it described so formally like that.
60% of it is homosexual. That's fine, and you know what? It's a great and it's a good time. But I've been in Soho before, and I have heard threats of violence, and it's a fucking weird.
Oh yeah, likewise.
It's a strange scenario in Soho.
Yeah, no, it is, definitely is. Been a long time since I've been uptown. I've missed it.
You want to go? We'll do Joe and Greg's day out.
Day uptown again.
Yeah.
Sam sent us another Geezedrop. This one he heard in Southport.
Oh yeah, he's been on a bit of a tour recently with work and stuff, hasn't he?
Yeah. I assume it was someone on the phone maybe, but he heard, was it Ken? Was it? Yeah, it was. What a cunt. Obviously someone doesn't like Ken very much.
Fucking Ken, man.
Doesn't like Ken very much at all.
I wonder what Ken did.
Be a cunt.
Fucking
Ken.
Doesn't even matter.
To wrap up Geezedropping with one more audio one from Sam.
It's the start of the week and I've been having a northern listen. I've got 2 Geezedrops for you from today, both from opposite sides of the track. The first one was from some hipsters sat outside the cafe. One of them says to the other, I really feel like I'm adopting the agricultural lifestyle. No idea what that means. And then the other one was simply this. Slag.
Oh, I hope those were overheard. I hope they were overheard on the same street.
I mean, they're overheard by Sam, that's for sure.
The agricultural lifestyle, I can only assume, is that man has bought some seeds to plant tomatoes. And it's just like, all of a sudden, he's just the fucking good life.
Man. Thanks to everyone that sent in Geezedrops. Keep them coming. We've got a few more already stacked up for the next episode.
An absolute bumper.
A little FYI, me and Joe have been having some difficulties this episode. Like I said last time it was smooth because we were sat in the same room, wasn't it?
Not a lot could go wrong.
This episode.
Not a lot could go wrong.
Yeah. We've had to start and stop a few times just from like things fucking up, sound disappearing. Like it's been a bit of a pain in the fucking arse. But we'll keep you posted. We're already like half an hour in after that Geezedrop in, so this might end up not being a mega episode because I'm just worried that I'm going to come to the end of it and it's going to sound insane. It'll be a tough edit.
Also, I have very nonchalantly not charged the batteries of the Zoom mic, so I'm on borrowed time. In all honesty.
Both of us. Yeah, we're on borrowed time looking at the battery.
Should we just call it there? That's all right. We'll just call it. We'll just call it. We haven't done the shortest episode yet.
I think we had one. I think we have done a short one that we added random shit to the end of it. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how we get on.
We'll get on.
I could not help but bring up this because this is like insane. This story I heard. Pro farter makes thousands by breaking wind for a living.
A pro farter.
A self-proclaimed pro farter claims she's making thousands by breaking wind for a living. Lush botanist
of course
recently appeared on Channel 4's How to Get Rich and opened up about her
anus
flatulent business. She said, I keep getting requests over and over and I thought, you know what? People will pay me for this and I'm going to do it. I've been doing this business for 3 years. The The fart queen of the internet, who shares content on Instagram, Twitter and Reddit, reveals she charges up to £130 per fart. And on her best day, she's made a whopping £3,000. Well, 2,900.
I feel like
Botanist.
I feel like she's missed out on a potential title here, because I would have called myself Queen Laquifa.
Oh, that is good. But she's not queefing, she's farting.
She has a fair point.
Maybe that's her like alter ego. Botanist reckons Botanist reckons that she's made 18,200 from selling professional clips of herself farting. Although it may sound like an easy job, the pro farter claims there's a lot more to passing gas than meets the eye. Botanist is lactose intolerant, which means her stomach can't handle dairy. Which means her stomach can't handle dairy. Regardless, she enjoys tucking into cheeses to produce a variety of farts. Strap in, people, we're getting deep here. Apparently, mozzarella will help her produce those big bubbly farts, while parmesan creates the real sulphury ones. Fucking picture as well.
Just her with a fucking ass directed towards the screen. Here is my bum.
However, the woman doesn't just post clips of her breaking wind, she also makes fart lollipops. Most likely, you've never heard of a fart lollipop. I mean, that's a bit, that's quite the assumption you're making here. But it basically means that Botanist lets rip on a flavoured popsicle of the customer's choice, and she sends it out to her clients. Botanist isn't the only person making cash by selling footage of themselves trumping. Recently, a woman appeared on This Morning and admitted she's involved with the farting fetish world too. Describing her clientele, she said, "It's a little bit of everybody. You might be surprised. A lot of these guys are into it, but they can't tell their wives or girlfriends they like it. So it's kind of like their outlet, and everyone has been very nice."
Oh, God. South Park did this. They just they said in one episode, Brazilian fart porn. Is she from Brazil?
Yeah.
I mean, is she?
There was also fartingoncakes.com. That was a big website. I remember when I was like at,
for some reason,
Natterjacks, I think it was.
You froze then just for a little bit, and it stopped on farting on, and I just assumed the next word was ice. Farting on ice. It wasn't. Just skating around and just fucking ripping. Oh dear. I mean, look,
that is good.
You know what? Like, at the age of 37, I'm happy to confess that I find farts amusing. What I don't find
hilarious
is fucking sexy. Because I work with some fucking animals. A guy at work the other day, I was behind the tills. I was cashing up. It was close to the end of the day. And he just comes and stands near me and just rips a massive fart. Leaves me in this cloud of fucking methane and hell. And walks off to serve a customer.
Methane hell. I love that.
I walked off he walks off helping a customer, and I had to call out and just be like, I can help that guy if you want. And he said yes, and I was just like, thank you, because it is hell where what you've left with me is burning my eyes. It's a fucking horror. I can taste it.
Oh, that's the worst. I always say that when Lizzie's bad. I can taste it.
I can taste it.
Yeah, well, I had a curry last night that did a bit of a number on me today, and and last night just the farts were pretty, like really, not even stinky, just loud, like so loud.
Yeah, those are the best ones.
Like, I swear neighbours can hear them. Like, so I can hear them like move something. So definitely hear me being like a fucking F1 car going past.
I am subscribed, not subscribed. I'm following on TikTok only farts, and it's people submitting like themselves like on the toilet, just ripping their asshole, and they're pretty good. There's and I'm like, yeah, man, farts are funny. Don't care who you are. Don't care what you say. Farts are fucking funny.
No, they are funny. They're hilarious.
It's great.
Absolutely. Indiana finds them very, very funny.
Yeah.
You probably saw this story. Man dies after using strong glue to seal penis when he couldn't find a condom. This has been quite big news the last week.
did
I say
see this.
big news in unimportant news. Obviously, big news has been what's been happening with the world in general. But in my world, big news is this.
It rose an excellent advertising opportunity for the company I work for to advertise the adhesive that he used, but we did not go that fucking way. It's like when the girl glued her hair on. It was just like that.
Oh yeah,
you fucking lost out there. Now this guy's like closing his dick shut with glue, and you're not willing to advertise that.
So, salesman Mirza, 25, did not have any protection when going for a hotel hookup with his fiancée and died after using a strong adhesive to seal his penis closed. Now, when I say I take no pleasure in mocking the death of a human being, but I do like to keep an eye out for strange and ridiculous deaths.
No, I know. That's why I'm here, Greg. That's why I'm here.
So this one, I couldn't... It's sad... It's a ridiculous way to go. The 25-year-old man had allegedly died after using a epoxy adhesive instead of a condom. Salman Mirza was attending the hotel on June 22nd to hook up with his former fiancée, and he realised he forgotten to bring some protection. But the couple decided to use strong adhesive to seal off Salman's penis as contraception.
It was a couple's decision!
He was later found unconscious in the hotel room by his friend. He admitted to Solva Civil Hospital where his condition deteriorated, and he was admitted, not he admitted, he was admitted to Solva Civil Hospital where his condition deteriorated, and he died. During a forensic examination, it was determined that the cause of death was the makeshift contraception. Fuck, man. It's so sad though, because according to reports, he was the sole breadwinner for his family, which included his elderly parents and two sisters. So it's a sad loss.
Well, here comes the what is it?
What?
Both showing that we are on different spectrums of the moral compass. What a fucking idiot!
I mean, it's not a smart idea.
It's not. It's in any form. Is that not a smart idea? It's glue is considered a chemical.
I do wonder why he died. It must have been how much he put in there?
I'm considering the factors here. It was did he die from toxicology, not toxicology, just toxic reasons, or did he actually blow a load and it all just went backwards and for some reason caused him to die?
Oh god!
They all got to the wall. To the wall of glue, and they're just they're already here. Oh, what's happened? This also looks like semen.
I don't have any condoms, but I do have glue.
What's the thought process?
I mean, you've got to get your priorities straight when you're packing for this hookup, really.
How fucking badly do you want to get laid to put fucking glue down your piss hole?
I mean, you're just end up stuck in her even if it worked, right? I don't know, how did you think? I mean... that was a joint decision. There's a breakdown in education and communication.
It was a joint decision. They were just yep, we're agreeing on this, right? We're this is a good idea. She's like, yeah, I'm really horny.
Yeah, this is a fantastic idea. Yeah, fantastic idea.
This is the earliest it's happened. I hope you've got a song ready, Greg. I need to go to a urination.
Oh, right. Oh, Jesus.
This is fucking all sorts of interruptions tonight.
Yeah, I know. It's all going. This is quite the up and down. Tough one. Maybe while you're gone here, I will drop a little song a little bit of audio that Indiana recorded for me earlier today when I set up for the podcast. Enjoy.
Popcorn, anyone sell popcorn? Popcorn, anyone sell popcorn? We have popcorn. Anyone sell popcorn? Is there a shop? Hello, this is Indiana. I record you
bonjour. Yeah, I mean...
I merely just introduced Indiana's... I merely just introduced a little recording from Indiana earlier.
Oh, mate, I'll go away again. In all honesty, I think we should play that at the end of the show instead of our own song. It's so fucking cute. It's like one of the cutest things I've ever fucking heard. It's great. And it's just over a really good hip-hop beat. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah, I was like, if I give you some music, you can do a song. She was like, okay, and that's what happened.
It made me think back to like when Dr. Dre released 2001, and there's some interludes on there. There's one called Pause for Porno. Didn't remind me of that. There's another one called Car Bomb, where it's just like for some reason like these people are getting in a car and the car explodes. And I was just like, and then there's just Indiana asking if anyone wants to buy some popcorn. And I was just like, that's what I'd put on my fucking album. That just right in the middle over like an MF Doom instrumental.
Just having fun, just
loving
chatting
it.
away,
Loving it,
talking about everything just going on, looking at Star Wars figures and what have you.
I love it when you I love when you have your hype man moment and come in just like Millennium Falcon.
yeah.
It's so good.
I was like, I can't leave that hanging
so
there.
Good. So like Greg, I'm assuming you being an able man, you probably wouldn't stick glue down your piss hole in order to have sexual intercourse.
No, I think the stupidest thing I did, which wasn't me, I was quite young.
This isn't
when I realised
this isn't a great start to like carry on from what I've just asked.
When hair was growing, when I started hitting puberty, and I was like, "Oh, there's hair growing. Oh, wow, it's actually growing like round my arsehole, like, and that's weird." And like round there, I don't know what to do about that. I started freaking out, so I tried to like wax it with sellotape.
No,
like, yeah, I mean, I was young. Like, it didn't work. It just, I mean, it hurt, but it kind of just became a big weird entangled mess. It's like I'd like taped my hand to my gooch. It just got stuck and like every movement was just agony as it slowly plucked a hair out. I was trying to free my hand, like
So I think
bit of a disaster.
I think
really.
I've told this story before. Like I was always feel like it's quite dangerous to like shave your balls because I'm just like having a razor that close to such a delicate amount, like a delicate area. So I always just tried to get like hairy balls that end up looking like Einstein. I tried to like cut that shit a little bit, and then one particular time where this was the last time that I cut the pubes off my testicles, I just snipped a little bit of the sack, just a little bit.
So much
enough,
blood, right?
Like the tiniest of snips, but like, yeah, just everywhere.
So much blood,
just everywhere.
Yeah,
hideous.
So much, like I'm going to die.
I've never felt more like a Marilyn Manson rumor than I did in that moment. Just like, like Marilyn Manson hasn't got ribs so he can suck himself off. I just felt the next one is just like, Marilyn Manson cuts his testicles before masturbating. What else has been happening, Craig?
Bloody is no longer the UK's most popular swear word, a study suggests.
I didn't think it was.
I'm afraid. Well, according to this, the F word has now overtaken bloody as the UK's favourite swear word.
That's even more surprising.
In the past two decades, the usage of both words have declined in casual British conversation, with the use of the word bloody estimated to have plummeted by 60%.
Yeah, I can see that.
So both of them have dropped in decline, but bloody's fallen enough that fuck is now the highest.
I mean, again,
which I would have assumed anyway.
No,
I would have gone for fuck for the most popular British word.
I genuinely thought it was cunt.
Which now it is, so that is actually correct.
I genuinely thought that cunt would be the most.
You thought it was cum?
No, cunt.
Oh, cunt.
I genuinely thought. I feel like that is a very popular.
No, I think even the cunts, it's not as brutal as it was back in the day, but it's still. You're still, if you're going to swear in front of someone and someone's going to be offended, that's usually the word that's going to do it.
Do you remember the first time you ever heard the word cunt?
I remember the first time I heard my brother say it, and that was a shock because I was aware of the word. I swear I heard my godfather say it a lot. I remember not really fully understand what it was. I just think it was a currant, like a currant bun, like a cunt's bun. That's what I used to think it was.
So
I thought it was like a pastry.
So I remember mine because it was like there was this TV show that was on in like the early 90s, and it was like I want to say it was based off like a book or something, but I just can't remember what fucking book it was. And there was a line in it that was like it's all about this like teenage lad and his family, and the dad in it is played by the guy from Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. That's like, to the trees.
Oh yeah.
Curly guy, kind of bit of a Fred West vibe to him.
Yeah.
So it's this teenage lad, and he's with his sister. And the line was something like, she says, "There's no such word as can't," and he says like, "Shut up or I'll kill you," but like in a more like big brother younger sister sort of way, not like I'm physically going to murder you.
Yeah.
And I think that I got my wires crossed somewhere, and I went to my mum and dad and said, "We've been watching this TV show," and the girl said, "There's no such thing as cunt." And they flipped, and that's when I learned about the severity of certain words. And then it didn't really pop up again until like I think I watched like a Quentin Tarantino film, in all honesty. But like of
course, yeah,
it was, mate, it was, but that was it holds this today, like it's on a pedestal for me.
There's an aura about it. Yeah, sure,
it's absolutely on a pedestal,
of course,
for me.
Yeah, I mean, I remember it was funny just to say it.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's not as shocking anymore. It used to be like, oh my god, he said it. I think mainly Lizzie did that because Lizzie used to say it all the time. She used to. She started it back a little. She started it back in recent years.
Lizzie's had some fantastic memories of her swearing. But I always like her. Just anything that's rubbish, just her saying ball bags. One of my favourites. She said it used to say it down the pub if there was some shit music on, it's just like, I want to listen to anything but this ball bags.
What's this ball bags? What's this ball bags?
Fucking good.
What's this ball bags?
So fucking good. But yeah,
she always said that. Ball bags.
What?
I thought you were going to say something.
I was, but I thought you were going to.
I thought you were going to follow up, so I stopped.
I thought you were going to continue with your list of potential Lizzie swear words. I also
this connection's being a bit of an arsehole.
This is a rough episode. I think the artwork.
It'll be right after the edit, but people won't hear it as the
artwork's just going to be you and me
shouting over each other,
hammering planks of wood against the wall to try and keep it together. Like we're on Noah's fucking Ark or something. Yeah.
We did it again. We both said at the same time, and then just sat in silence waiting for each other to speak.
It's like we're on an awkward date.
It is. I'm going to go. Right. Did you see Shadow from Gladiators in the news?
Yes, I did. And I didn't realise how racist his fucking Gladiator's name
Shadow,
was.
Whose real name is Michael Jefferson King, has been jailed for 6 years and 3 months for his role in the blackmail plot. The 61-year-old threatened to... Sorry, burping. The 61-year-old threatened to break a man's legs with a hammer and demanded £1,000 from his ex-wife and brother for his safe return. It's not a huge amount of money, is it, to ask for?
£1,000?
I mean...
£1,000. It's not a lot at all. It really isn't.
I mean, he's kidnapped someone, threatened to break his legs with a hammer, and demanded just £1,000 from the ex-wife and the brother to return this guy safely.
I bet those people were like,
Weird.
Well, yeah, sure, no problem. Like, that's fine.
Okay, sure.
I can totally afford that.
You don't have to pay me back. Shadow was one of the most popular stars of the hit TV series Gladiators, but was axed from the show in 1995 after issues of drug taking. I remember that. There had been a big thing at school, Shadow being done for drugs.
Really?
When you were a kid and kind of like inherited morals for a little bit, and someone at school was like, I don't like him anymore because he does drugs. Oh yeah, he's bad, man. Yeah.
Mate, I definitely remember one time being at a friend's house and his older brothers were there, and he came into the room and told me that his older brother and his friends were smoking, and I cried. It's so ridiculous, isn't it? It's so ridiculous.
I just imagine you just instantly bursting into tears.
I was just like, what? I was 24.
The incident happened in
24.
March last year. Happened in March last year, where Aaron Ali, 40, was imprisoned at a flat in Acton, West London. A court heard today. A group, including King, held Mr. Ali as part of a sustained 6-hour attack in the property. Mr. King admitted to 2 counts of blackmail, as did another defendant, Simon Batson, 39. Donna Harmon, 41, and Otis Knoll, 43, were also convicted of false imprisonment and 2 counts of blackmail.
Damn.
That's insane.
That is...
He said, we've got here, Judge Fiona Barry told Isleworth Crown Court, Mr. Ali attended the home of Mr. Batson and Mrs. Harmon to share drugs, and all 4 of the defendants were present at the address eventually. He said initially everything was fine, but when the drugs ran out, the atmosphere changed. He was told to borrow money from his wife to buy more drugs, but refused. Then he said the mood became ugly. Within a very short space of time, a plan was hatched to extort money from Mr. Ali and his family. He described during the trial how he was subjected and sustained to a brutal attack which continued over several hours from approximately midday to 9 p.m. that evening. He said he was constantly tortured by the group. He was gagged with a sock that was placed in his mouth and secured with exercise bands bound round his head as he was repeatedly punched and kicked.
Oh God!
That's mental, isn't it?
That is mad. That is fucking mad. But then again, that is crack for you. So what are you gonna do?
Finally, Mr. Ali's relatives agreed to hand over the money and was driven to an exchange area outside Sainsbury's.
Yes, you know why? Because they got the better meal deal prices. That's why.
I love that. It's like if that was a movie and like the ultimate big final act where they try and do the money exchange and it all goes down in Sainsbury's car park.
That's so fucking bizarre. Oh dear, fucking poor Shadow.
That is mental. That is
I feel,
insane.
mate, I feel fucking racist just calling him Shadow. It feels just so fucking wrong.
Yeah, you couldn't get away with it now,
Nah.
could you? like it'd probably be a questioned name if that was the case.
Yeah,
now.
I mean the only other fucking even worse than that I can think of would just be just calling him Gollywog and still dressing like making him dress like a gladiator.
It's the one warrior. That was a comedy, not racism.
It's fine. Ricky Gervais can defend you in court. It's fine.
Yeah.
He'll be like, who do you think you are being offended?
That joke's not offensive. You find it offensive.
How dare you be offended? Oh,
You find it offensive. Doesn't mean the joke's offensive. In this
My
case, it
God.
might actually have been. Brilliant. I whizzed through the stories there because I was very aware of just how we're having a few technical issues.
that's all right. We're all good. I've still got. I'm on 1 bar of battery still, so it's all right.
So yeah, we're coming close. So to start wrapping up, Joe, do you want to set up your track here? Like fucking tell us about this track we're going to play. A new Dicerollers track in the air here.
Oh God, that was fucking terrible.
There you go. You heard it straight from the horse's mouth.
And that's all I have to say about that.
Enjoy.
Yeah, no. So very much similar to you. By you starting to create beats and basically make our last EP. I definitely wanted to give it a go myself and sort of create some sort of stuff. So yeah, I'd been messing around and I'd created this beat that I was actually really really happy with. Sent it to Greg and he was happy too. And I'd had some stuff written. I don't want to take through the whole process, but yeah, basically
I'm happy too.
I made a beat. I was really down to record it. So was Greg. And well, the funny thing was is that I sent you the beat, and I was just like, "Oh, this is not the beat." I thought you were sending me something completely different, which was a previous drum and bass track I'd made.
Yeah, that's what I
Which
thought
is
you were
hard,
saying.
mate. Have you listened to that thing? There's no way we could even come close to rapping to that thing. It's so fucking. It's...
I know, but that's why I was like. That's why I kept being like, I need to hear it, and that's why I kept being the old. Oh, I need to hear what
Yeah.
you do first before I write.
Yeah,
Really write
and what
to
I
it.
did was make a completely different song. So yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, mate. Oh,
And then, but yeah, so on the morning off,
yeah.
I had no lyrics when you in the morning of recording this track. I had no lyrics.
Yeah,
written.
I'd had some stuff written, which was just so I'd had it sort of floating about a little bit, but then sort of worked on it a bit more, and I had it, and I was just like, I'd go and sit in the garden and have a spliff and just sort of like go through it in my head, and I was just like, no, this could absolutely work. And I listened to it and I was just like, this definitely, like, the chorus needs Greg. Greg also needs to do a fucking verse on it, but it just needs some Greg input. So I sent it over to you, and we managed to come together and make this fantastic song that I'm actually really, really happy with.
Yeah, it sounds great.
It is. It's really good. It's good fun.
I actually enjoyed the fact that I didn't have anything for it.
Yeah.
Really, I liked the fact that I kind of wrote it that morning and wrote the second verse while you were there.
That very much reminded me of when you first started showing me the stuff that you'd been making. When you first started showing me all the sort of beats that you had, and I remember sort of like hearing them and just being like, yeah, I want to do something to this.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to do something to this. I remember when I lived in my flat and you played me from our Ideas EP, you played me Whiskey Funk, and I'm pretty sure we wrote that night. Before even podcasting.
And that was just a bit of a piss take.
Yeah, it was a total piss take,
I
but it's
didn't
still
think
fun.
it would even get taken seriously.
Utterly, it's the most fun. It's the most ridiculous
awesome.
like fucking song that we've ever played. But I like it because it doesn't like it shows a slightly more comedic side to us than just like talking about like how everything's dying and we're all
and it's
witnessing
fun, and it also has a really good. I think it has a good flowing verse.
It's great.
This was a bit different. This was a nice departure from the previous stuff on the EP, where I wouldn't even say it kind of went back to our roots. It was almost a completely different direction, but definitely a lot more UK hip hop,
the way
slower, sort of hard to explain.
The way I see it is that like from the styles of like if you and me make music, you can absolutely see the differences in our style, but we managed to like still culminate and create something really fucking cool.
Exactly.
And that's what I like.
Exactly.
I love you.
Yeah, and I think that definitely came across in this track. So what's this track called, Joe?
I think we've gone with It's Coming. Is it? Or We're Coming? No,
I thought it was Start Running.
Start Running. We're Coming.
Oh, I've been calling it Start Running.
Works. That's absolutely fine. We're Coming. Start Running.
I swear that's what you put in a message to
don't
me.
Fucking know. I guess it's no. That's very, very possible. No, that is exactly what you put in. No, you put it in a message. I was down with it. Yes, this is Dicerollers with Start Running.
Thanks for listening, guys. I've been Greg Shadow Armstrong.
That's a bold choice you've gone there. I've been Joe Glued Urethra Jackson.
Coming for you, coming for you, coming for you.
Start running.
One of them now.
I'm free of emotion as I walk into the ocean. Knee deep, my plans are in motion. Neck deep, have you ever been broken? Man, these are some strange days. Push me to the limit in new ways. Just tick the boxes and obey. You love tradition but beg for change. Underneath subliminals, this world is run by criminals. Oh god, that's just so typical. How can it be this damn cynical? I ain't even hit my pinnacle, just stuck in the same old ritual. What a fucking piece of shit. Yeah, the feeling's mutual. Yo, situation's far from perfect. Future got me feeling nervous, but you'll never see me showing my true feelings on the surface. So welcome to the circus. Please queue up to make your purchase. Dicerollers versus everyone, poor bodies in the furnace. We're coming, start running. 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 Baggage weighs a ton, highly strung before we've even begun. Come completely undone. I'm hopping buildings for fun. Ship on the curb, your enthusiasm's going to hurt. Introverts, feelings aside, my thoughts shout louder than roars. I hear the scratch at the door, pushing up from the floor. No need to say more. I float up from the shore. You can never be sure if you can claw at the fence. Abandons town in past tense, escaping at my expense. The definition of free is standing right here with me until the air that we breathe grows heavy disease and we fall to our knees. This chase won't go easily. Repeatedly, tick, 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 peacefully. We're coming, start running. We're coming, start running. coming, start running. We're coming, start running. We're coming, start running. We're coming, start running.
I'm taking chances. The devil does my favourite dance. Man, I ain't got the answers. I'm just stuck in a trance, staring into space. Gave up the race, sit back and watch me fall from grace. Fall on my face, but I get to my feet unfazed. There's just no escape.
Calculations, wrong directions, impressions of an imposter. Oh, why I lost the way, countless nights and days, lost in a haze and endless maze. Nothing more than a couple of strays, repeating the same tired cliches. Think we're the hunters, really we're the prey. They're coming, start running. They're coming, start running. They're coming, start running.
They're coming to get you, get you, get you, get you, get you, get you, get you.